my role is to make sure that the facilities, the nurses there, acknowledge that resident. That is a person. It's not just a bed. It's just not a number. That's a person who requires attention and should get it with the utmost respect.
Rachel, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
There comes a time in many people's lives when living independently is no longer an option. Long-term care facilities often provide an alternative. But that loss of independence can present a unique set of challenges for all concerned. In many facilities, residents, family, and staff find needed support from Ombudsman. Diane was looking for an opportunity to volunteer through her work at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. She found it when she came across the Center on Aging Long-Term Care Ombudsman program. As an ombudsman, every week Diane visits residents at a long-term care facility near her home.
I have a resident that said, you know, when you come by, you bring me joy. And I tell her, I said, you don't understand. I get joy and satisfaction by coming in here to you.
Hi, I'm Diane with the Ombudsman program.
To make sure that they are treated properly, quality of care, quality of life, those are the main things that the Ombudsman did.
Because her mother had stayed in a long-term care facility, Diane knew the kinds of issues she would face working with the elderly.
You can walk into a room and be faced with someone who tells you, I'm dying of cancer. No one will touch me. And I grab their hand.
Diane makes sure all the residents know how to reach her. And when faced with something she doesn't know how to handle, she knows that the Long-Term Care Ombudsman program is a phone call away with support.
I know I always got somebody that's got my back. I got the residents' back, and somebody's got my back.
She said when you come to see her, she's very happy.
Oh. And it's, you know, it's things like that that when I walk away and she's sitting there and having fun, that I can walk away in the evening and go home and feel satisfied.
While it's still fresh in her mind, Diane makes a note of anything that needs follow-up.
It can be from, you know, someone wanting cable in their room to the toilet overflowing in the maintenance. And I go back and I check on it, make sure that it's taken care of. Because that's their right to be able to go, to move, to do things without a fear of slipping, falling, hurting themselves. So, tough enough to care.
Good morning, Charles.
Like Diane, Sonny became an ombudsman because she understood the real need for them.
I feel that when you first come to a facility and meet the residents, you're like their eyes and ears for them. They usually will open up to the volunteer before they will open up to the staff. So if something happens that they feel they need done, they can talk to me knowing I'm not going to get fired. I'll be around, where in talking to the staff, they feel it might cause problems with them.
Sonny met Charles during one of her weekly visits. Charles had trouble getting back up to speed after surgery. For over a year, he's been recuperating in a long-term care facility. If Charles has a problem he can't resolve on his own, he knows that Sonny is there for him.
People rely on other people because they need them. And if we don't have enough ombudsmen, then a lot of things are going to be left undone. And it's important to have someone that's in your corner to try to help you. And that's really priceless in the true sense of the word. They can express what the problem is. They see it. They know how to handle it. Because it's all done on a very professional plane. Then I don't worry about making anybody mad.
The Ombudsman, they're a resource for us, for the facility, but they're a support system for the resident and the family, that when they come in, they have a bridge between us and them.
Rose feels that the facility and the Ombudsman share the same goal, maintaining the best quality of life for the residents. This truth became clear when a situation arose in which a family member wanted to stay with a resident at the facility.
My thought was, let me get the Ombudsman in on this, and let's have a family conference. And of course, they were very receptive when I explained the situation, came in, conference with the family. We took care of the situation. So the Ombudsman, they bridged the gap for us. It's a good thing.
Brady had never set foot in a long-term care facility when he became an ombudsman. But he felt that of all the vulnerable populations, the elderly were most in need.
When I first went in, my image was that there was a bunch of elderly residents who were being abused and neglected, and that I could go in and sort of save them, right? And I think a lot of volunteers have that image. It's a lot more complicated. I guess I've sort of seen my role develop into more of a facilitator and a mediator, as well as being an advocate for the residents. And the challenge is to sort of maintain an assertive approach with administrators and with the nurses, and to sort of build rapport with them and to build a relationship. But that's always sort of that's been a fine balance to walk. Simon, how long have you guys been cooking out here today?
Brady finds that he enjoys being an ombudsman so much he has to pull back from volunteering too many hours and neglecting his other responsibilities.
Because you start forming bonds with the people there and caring about them naturally and caring about their concerns, so you want to spend more time there.
One of the residents Brady visits suffered a stroke. Now in his 80s, issues have arisen about the quality of his care.
And so I went in and talked to him and was trying to resolve various issues and was sort of, holding his hand and leaning down to hear him because he doesn't speak very loudly. As I was leaving, he sort of yelled out, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And that was just so rewarding to hear that. I mean, it was the most heartfelt, sort of genuine thanks that I've heard from anyone for quite a long time.
The nursing homes that we are doing the care in, there's no greater place to be if you are compassionate, if you are concerned about other people. There's a big need.
We had a big class when I was certified, and some of the people had never been in a nursing home.
But I was very pleasantly impressed with the quality of the training that the Ombudsman program offers. I mean, it really is good professional training.
The Ombudsman program is not for everyone, but check to see if it's for you. Talk with someone, go through the training. The only thing I can say is to try it. You know, those saying, try it, you like it. It might just work for you.
Again, it's the most rewarding and the most difficult volunteer work I've ever done.
And to someone like me, let me tell you, the most exciting thing are for people to come visit. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Someday we may be in the same situation, and I would like to think that someone was looking out for me.